Thousands of people came out to the tricky triangle for today's Party in the Poconos 400. But this triangle proved to be anything but tricky for five-time champion Jimmy Johnson.
You voted, we listened. This is your race. You own it. Fans, help me get this party started. Drivers, start your engine!
And with that, the Party in the Poconos 400 presented by Walmart was underway. This year's race saw only 14 lead changes among 4 different drivers throughout the 400 miles. But after lap 10, it was Johnson who went on to dominate the field, leading 128 of the 160 laps.
But I'd say second or third pit stop, we really nailed the setup. And it's not like we're very far off to start with because we're up front leading, but we dialed her in and got it right for the conditions at hand and made it happen.
The tricky triangle brought out 6 cautions on the day, making restarts for Johnson somewhat of a challenge.
And restarts are so tough. And around here, if you can get the clean air on a short run, especially with the series of cautions we had, it'd be tough to pass him. But even with having a dominant car, you know, I didn't want to be in that position and run in second and have to worry about getting by somebody. And I learned a lot on the 2 restarts where I was on the outside of the 39, and that helped me a lot going into those final 3 with Junior on the inside of me.
And after last week's dispute on the restart, Johnson was all but willing to try to jump on somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little lingering for me. I wanted to prove a point and show everybody really what could happen in that restart zone. If what happened to me last week, but I couldn't do it to a teammate. I just couldn't. So I guess if things stay the way they do, I'll save that for another day and prove my point even more.
Pocono is known for its 3 turns, and for Johnson, turn 3 was in his favor all day.
I knew I was faster there. I'm not sure what or why, but I could yard guys real good through turn 3. You know, in years past, I've learned a line and a rhythm to that corner that's been useful. A lot of available grip with the fresh repave, and I think it's kind of coming my way, coming back to the old way of the way turn 3 used to work for me, and that's how I drove it today, and it worked really good. This is Johnson's 3rd win of the season, and his 3rd win at the 2.5-mile triangle. And with every win comes the burnout. I wasn't sure my burnout was that good. I'm glad to hear it still was good. And I went to a donut at the end because in the mirror it didn't look very smoky to me, and I thought, man, I don't want to give a lame burnout. So I went to some donuts, and that was pretty fun. Johnson
now has a 51-point lead over Carl Edwards in the chase and looks to keep this momentum going into next weekend's race in Michigan. At Pocono Raceway for WYLN Sports, I'm Nathan Yurgis.